Afghanistan on November the 3rd, along with 4 others. Prince Philip, who's Colonel of the Grenadier Guards, met members of his family, including his mother from Yarmouth, before the packed service in London. Darren Chant had often acted as the Duke's driver.
We lay to rest not only a great soldier and Sergeant Major of our regiment, the Grenadier Guards, but a loving husband, a great father, son and awesome friend. He will live on in our regiment and our hearts forever.
It's just gone 11 minutes past 6. You're watching Anglia Tonight. Stay with us here on ITV Anglia. Up next, all the news from your part of the region.
Amanda's here with the weather. Is winter here? And we'll be looking at how some people are getting ready in case the big chill strikes. More news now from your part of the region, and a rows brewing in Essex after the local council there advised a woman to pave over her garden to make room for 3 wheelie bins.
Sandra St John from Harlow says the new bins are currently overshadowing the garden she spends so much time lovingly tending, and now she wants a return to bin bags, as Martin Stew now reports.
Small but perfectly formed, the shrubs and bushes in front of Sandra St John's house in Essex are her pride and joy. But now she claims her garden is being blighted by bins, introduced by Harlow Council to improve recycling. With bins banned from the pavement, the council have advised Sandra to pave over part of her garden to create a storage space. Unhappy, Sandra is refusing.
I don't see why I should rearrange my house or my gardens to suit the bins. You know, I didn't want them. They've supplied them, so why should I rearrange my house and my garden just to suit the council? The bin man used to come along before, take the bags away, empty street. Now the bins are out all day long.
Sandra says these wheelie bins are an eyesore and clutter up the street. All she wants is things back to how they used to be, and a good old-fashioned rubbish bag, just like these lilac ones, which are available to some of her neighbours who have steps up to their house. But the council is standing firm, pointing to a 300% increase in recycling in areas where wheelie bins have been introduced.
I'm not saying that they're works of art, but we have them for a reason, and the reason is to reduce landfill, to save the council huge amounts of money, and to up recycling rates to somewhere near where they need to be.
The council have offered Sandra help to move her bins up the step and onto a bit of her garden which has been concreted. But just like her bins, which are still left on the pavement, Sandra refuses to budge. Martin Stew, Anglia News, Harlow.
The man chosen to run a new sex offenders jail in Norfolk says people living nearby have nothing to fear. Up to 500 inmates will be held at the newly opened HM Prison Bure on the site of the former RAF base at Coltishall near Norwich. The first prisoners arrived yesterday.
In total, we had 5 public planning hearings. We listened to the feedback of the public, and we've sympathetically engineered in their concerns and addressed those in the design that we've put to this building.
The family of a 2-year-old girl from Norfolk who needs life-saving surgery in America say they've been overwhelmed by the generosity of well-wishers. We
featured Ella Grace Honeyman's story on last Monday's Anglia News. Since then, almost £30,000 has been raised. Alpa Patel has been to catch up with the family.
She's a loving little girl who's touched so many. Despite struggling with debilitating headaches, sickness and worse, there's no doubt Ella Grace Honeyman wants to live. Since she became seriously ill again a few weeks ago, her desperate family have been trying to raise a shortfall of £7,000 for life-saving surgery, which will cost £45,000. We featured Ella Grace's plight on last Monday's Anglia News. Since then, donations have flooded in, and they've now raised almost £30,000.
Amazing. I'm quite overwhelmed. I can't speak properly. I'll never ever be able to repay their generosity, but thanks to them we're in the situation we are, where we can get Ella Grace the best care that she deserves and hopefully give her the best chance at survival.
The White Horse pub in Cromer in Norfolk recently handed over almost £7,000 from generous customers.
She's a local girl, she's a lovely little girl, and we want to do something for someone, pretty near.
For Laura, life is full of pain and worry for her 2-year-old daughter. Soon after she was born, she was diagnosed with vein of Galen malformation. It's a rare condition when blood from the main artery of Ella Grace's brain leaks into her veins. This causes an aneurysm in the vein and starves it of vital blood supply and oxygen. That can cause a stroke, brain damage, heart failure and seizures. If it's not treated, she could die. The surgery, which Ella Grace has had 3 times before, injects medical glue into the problem area of her brain, relieving pressure. Her family want the operation done at a hospital in New York because that's where the surgeon who pioneered it is. It's a risky procedure, and even if she survives, there's a likelihood she may need more in the future. But the kindness of strangers has given this family hope, and for that, they have 2 words.
Can you say thank you?
Thank you.
Alpa Patel, Anglia News, Hevingham in Norfolk.
Oh, you're very welcome.
You are indeed, Ella Grace. Now sport, and after the FA Cup weekend, it's back to league action for many of our clubs tonight. Colchester could move into the top 2, that's in League 1 if they beat Brentford. And there's a regional derby, that's between Southend and Norwich.
A Suffolk seaside town has been named today as the enterprise capital of Britain. Lowestoft is said to have transformed itself from a town in decline to a breeding ground for new business growth. It's been given the award by Enterprise UK, a group comprising the British Chambers of Commerce, the CBI, the Federation of Small Businesses and the Institute of Directors. Now, I'm sure you felt the cold last night. Actually, it's freezing in here at the moment.
Right at the minute.
December well and truly got off to a wintry start, didn't it? And preparing for an even colder weather is essential, especially for anyone involved in keeping our transport networks on the move.
Well, at Stansted Airport this morning, that preparation really got underway. Staff from all sorts of departments are learning to drive the snowplows and tractors as well. Our reporter Tom Barton joined them for a training session.
The sky today was crystal clear, but nonetheless the snowplows were out at Stansted Airport. From today, their snow plan swings into action. Among the preparations, ensuring 100 staff are fully trained to drive snow clearance equipment.
When you're actually clearing on the runway, you wouldn't want to be going much more than 20, 25 mile an hour.
And this is why they're preparing. Stansted is apparently the most snow-affected airport in the southeast. The nearby M11 ground to a halt in 2003 after heavy snow. And this was the scene last year when a 6-inch snowfall in some parts of the region led to disruption at the airport.
Last winter was probably extreme in some ways, but there's a lot of learning from that, and very much what we've done this year is focused upon that. We review our snow plan literally as soon as the winter period's finished, so we were reviewing the learning, if you like, from last winter as early as probably April and May.
It isn't just technicians receiving the training.
So you turn the engine back on.
Kirsten Mack spends her days working in an office at the airport. But in the event of heavy snow, she could be called in to drive one of the snow clearing tractors.
It's been really exciting. It's nice to get outside and do something different rather than the office role. It's great fun.
Just how big a job is it getting snow cleared when you do have a big snowfall?
Oh, it's an horrendous job. It's like last year, we were at it for days and days. It's not just getting the runway clean, it's getting the stands clear, the taxiways, all the infrastructure, the roads.
Prevention is better than cure, something they're well aware of at Stansted. These tanks contain 225,000 litres of de-icer, which are laid on the runway all the way through the cold winter period. When it does snow, the airport aims to have the runway cleared within 3/4 of an hour, and they do that using 40 snow-clearing vehicles. The training contains a classroom element as well as practice driving the machinery, something which hopefully means next time it snows, the airport won't grind to a halt. Tom Barton, Anglia News, Stansted Airport.
Well, now to ITV Fixers, our new campaign that helps young people do something that matters to them and, very importantly, benefits others.